Peace and love. Salute. Ken Aguinobi here. A few things on my mind. Today I specifically wanted to come on here and discuss self-doubt and sabotaging your own progress and success. Now, jumping right in, I will say that a lot of times our lack of success and a lot of procrastination and shortcomings as it pertains to business and other areas of our lives come from within. It's internal for the most part. However, there maybe some external contributing factors, external factors that contribute to, why these things happen, and these set of internal issues, circumstances that hinder our growth and our progress and cause us to doubt ourselves and our abilities, or to delay our success and potential of growing, expanding. A lot of it dealing with the external, first of all, because for a lot of people have external, they seek external validation, and they have a need to be approved, so to say, by their families or whoever they grew up with that has who they're highly influenced by. It could be their dad, their mom, their grandma, older brother, older sister, close friends, college, friends, you name it, right? So oftentimes we find that, we're constantly seeking the approval of others in various areas of our lives, even when, the things that we're trying to achieve or build solely relies on, our own approval, our own effort, without the need for others to understand, what it is that we're aiming for, or what we're striving to achieve. Because oftentimes, to really achieve greatness, you do need a team, and you need people around you. You need a great circle of, motivated people, and people who can keep you back on course and all that. But for the most part, in a lot of the initial stages, it really requires oneself to dial in, hone in on your own skills, or those set of skills or things that you need to sharpen, right, to make you good at it, before others, you're able to at least show it to the world, or show it to your immediate circle, those immediate people that's around you, who can either say, oh, you know what, you're really good at this, and kind of, give you that extra nudge to validate your effort, right? Or to put you back on course and say, hey, listen, this is great. This is something that, you're sort of a natural at, but you could improve in these places, and, here and there. Not haters, right? Not haters, but people who can offer you constructive criticism, who mean well for you, who don't necessarily have, anything to gain, directly from your success, or, people who really care for you, right? But initially, it requires you to go and sharpen those skills in the dark when no one is looking. Make those sacrifices when others are off doing whatever it is that they do, in their discretionary time and, their leisure time, and you're grinding, right? You're grinding, you're working, you're sharpening your skills for the long run, right? Developing things that will serve you in the future, and possibly sometimes for the rest of your life. So outside of seeking that external validation from people. Sometimes you're worried about, like I said, you're worried about what, the closest people around you may think, because they've known you since you were a kid, or since, middle school or college or whatever it is. And sometimes it's hard for you to accept that others have to accept your growth, right? You're afraid to grow for so many different reasons that I won't get into, right? Because a lot of it is internal. But as a result of this, you find that what you're doing is you're indirectly sabotaging your growth. You're stalling your success. You're thinking too much about what other people think, when for the most part, other people have their own set of issues and problems, and financial, personal problems, and all sorts of things, their goals and aspirations that they're trying to reach. So the truth is that a lot of times we're thinking too deep about what other people think, and therefore holding us back from truly expressing ourselves and truly growing and truly, flying out of that bird's nest, so to say, expanding ourselves, expanding our reach, pushing yourself to the limit, to produce that thing that is your purpose, right? To produce that outcome. So I just thought I'd come on here and share these words of encouragement with you, that it's okay to grow. It's okay to not be understood, to be misunderstood, right? As it pertains to, your purpose and your personal mission, as long as you're not harming anyone or deceiving anyone, and all that, right? It's okay. You have to embrace your own validation. You have to embrace, the skills that God has given to you, without the need for earthly people validating you, no matter how close they are to you, or no matter how disappointed you may think that they would be about you choosing to go in a different direction or a different path, or break out of the box that they've created for you, that lane that they expect you to be in. So just a few words to consider, a few words to think about, because I know that no matter what circumstances, what the situation is, there's always people there are always people dealing with this on a daily basis, right? There's always people dealing with that, and I just want to be that voice to say to you that you're on the right path, and stop self-sabotaging your growth and your success, and most especially stop self-sabotaging your growth, your potential, especially being afraid of what other people, no matter how close they are to you, may think, or what their expectations of you may be. Peace and love. Ken Agnobi signing out. Salute.